Hello, and welcome to Dad Doesn't Have Time for This, the show where we review things quickly and compare them to everything else in existence. And I would like to ask you a question. What happens when one man has a dream? And he's a real estate agent in Vegas, and he decides, I'm going to make movies. But is he going to go through the normal channels and do what most people would do if they're going to make a movie? No, he's going to self-fund everything himself and generate one of the most unusual movie empire slash personas of all time. And I am talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Neil Breen. And today we're going to be discussing his most recent film, Cade, the Tortured Soul, which I have the official physical release of, straight from Neil Breen himself. In order to get this, you have to email him, follow a sketchy PayPal link, upon which he will burn you a copy and send to you. And you know what? I love this movie. It was wonderful. I saw this movie in theaters, and the audience was enthralled. I have to say, it was an experience like none other. Seldom have I been to a movie where the audience was so excited about every single thing happening. There was cheers, there was laughter, there was joy. It was just an amazing experience to see a Neil Breen movie in theaters. And I highly recommend it to everyone, even though the opportunity is not going to come around very often. I happened to see this one in the Majestic Theater in Phoenix. They're a wonderful chain of theaters that show some weird stuff occasionally. And man, this movie, it was glorious. So Neil Breen had experimented in previous films with basically just green screen and with mixed results. And in this movie, not every shot, but almost every single shot in the entire movie is him, green screen, and stock photography. And it's brilliant. There's a CG tiger at one point that he fights with his bare hands. I should note, this is a sequel to Twisted Pair, which I think is probably my favorite Neil Breen movie. And his twin brother is back in this. There are amazing Matrix-style fight scenes where Neil Breen, like Neo, phases in and out, and you see doubles like a anime ninja battle as him fighting these guys. It's just there's a dance party for no reason in the middle of the movie where all the people in the insane asylum are just dancing and partying. And it's just, the whole plot's like Neil Breen's character opens up a asylum to try to help people, but there's some people who, instead of helping them, just perform horrific biological experiments on people, and everyone's screaming, and it's so hard to explain how this may be the culmination of his entire career, and I don't know where he goes from here. I don't see how he could ever become more Neil Breen than he is in this movie. This is the most Neil Breen thing ever released upon humanity. Previous movies, they had touches of Neil Breen, but didn't quite reach the same level of greatness. So, as a whole, I have to say, this was an exceptional example of, I think art brut is the art term for outsider art. And this guy, he doesn't listen to anyone. He does his own thing, and he does it hard. So, while I can't necessarily recommend picking up the official physical release of the movie, some of his stuff's available on like Amazon and iTunes. You can get it there. And it's just a good time. If you're a connoisseur of the riff track style movies, this is a good one. And I'd say this was the 263rd best movie of all time. So there you have it. Enjoy yourself some Neil Breen. Fight the tiger. Do the dance party. It's worth it. You all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.